Carry on. Oh.
They're here.
See, that's fine.
Poltergeist.
It's just her name over and over and over and over.
Caroline.
And it gets worse. Have you seen the sequels? Have you seen
It's been a long time, and I think I was in high school last time I watched 2 and 3.
Oh, it gets worse.
Rant. Welcome back to JK Rants Reviews. I'm John. This is Caleb. Today we're going to be talking about Stranger Things Season 3.
Or Carol Ann from Poltergeist.
Right. So we're a little behind on this one. It came out. I binged watched it. He wasn't able to. Now he's caught up.
Took me a minute.
We had some vacations, so yeah, here we are. Finally.
Overall, the season held my attention. It's not my favorite season. I did like a lot of the character development. I actually liked the character Billy, even in season 2 when he sucked.
Yeah, he's a good villain, yeah.
I think that my main struggle with this season was actually Nancy. What's her boyfriend's name?
Jonathan.
Yeah, those two characters, I feel like they took a back seat to everybody else.
No, I don't think so. It was chunked out a lot. Everybody had their own little group.
It did, but also they weren't as likable this time around.
No,
she's going off about the newspaper thing, and he's just like, "Oh no, just fall into place. It's all fine." And
right,
they didn't.
He doesn't get the struggle she's going through as a woman that's being crapped on.
Yeah, and I feel like their story arc kind of just flatlined.
Well, it's that's kind of real life though. When you graduate high school and go straight into work, it is kind of tough, and it's a rude awakening.
It's just a dream. You're dreaming.
I like the fact that Dustin comes back from camp and he's got a girlfriend, but he really wants to hang out with his fellas. And then everybody is in love now. Pretty much everybody except for Will.
I also, speaking of Will, I did like how it's the past 2 seasons he's not there. You know what I mean? He's not
He's
aware.
pretty messed up. Yeah. Well, he wasn't really in that first season because he was in the Upside Down.
Yeah, and then this season shows him trying to catch back up into life, and he's still the kid who's wanting to go play these games. He's still the kid who's wanting to be in this friend group, and this friend group is starting to spread out a little and go do other things and take interest in other things. And it just kind of shows, I had a conversation with somebody we work with about this the other day. They were like, I just don't like Will this season. He just keeps crying. And I'm like, well, if you think about it, he's not really been of his right mind the past couple of seasons, which is a year, maybe 2 years, give or take.
Yeah, yeah.
And so he's just lost that chunk of time where what he's used to at age of before season 1 of going and playing games, hanging out just the guys, and then all of a sudden 11's there and 2 of his friends are in relationships and people are spreading out, and he's genuinely hurt because he doesn't understand that's how life develops. He missed that stage.
We're not kids anymore. What did you think? We're just gonna sit in my basement all day? Play games for the rest of our lives?
I like how Hopper has to tell him, 3 inches! 3 inches! I'm like, what are you doing with them in the bedroom together in the first place? I know it's a small cabin-esque place, but they shouldn't be in the same bedroom together anyway. That's where you messed up. No boys allowed in the bedroom. No.
3 inches.
3 inches. Keep the door open. She shuts
Poor
it.
Hop.
Right. I like him a lot in this season. I like that he's got the mustache and he's watching Hawaii Five-0. or no, not Hawaii Five-0. Magnum PI.
Yeah.
He's watching Magnum PI. He's got the shirt. He's got the dad gut going on. I like the fact that he's a dad. I like the I like that a lot. And I love the little speech he gives to him in the car where he was like, basically like, I'll kill you. Like,
yeah,
you will respect me or I will end you. I like Winona Ryder in this one. I like how she's still suffering from, I think Bob, wasn't it, in the second season? Bob. And I mean, these kids have been through a lot. I think, Will's Harry Potter moment, where he's always like the bumps on the back of his neck are going off when it's getting close. It's okay, but it just felt a little like the guy was there just for a plot. Like, oh, he's coming. Like, he just didn't do a whole lot in this season either. I kind of feel like he's always been the friend from The Hangover, where he's the one always getting lost. You know what I mean?
And then all of a sudden,
he's the main focus, but he's not there.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I understand that, yeah. I do think this season, my favorite characters, and it seems to fluctuate season by season, this season would be, for me, Hopper and Billy.
Billy's awesome. Billy is a great villain. That guy has got a good career coming his way, depending on the roles he takes.
You let us in. And now, you are going to have to let us stay.
God, I'd like to see him in a horror film as a slasher.
Yeah, people were trying to get him to play Logan. They were trying to get him to play something else too. What was it? I don't know. There's a petition on him there to play a couple different characters, and I'm all for it. He's a great actor, and I hope he does more things.
I would like to see him as some sort of maybe not like a slasher that already exists, but maybe our own take on this serial killer or something like that. I think that he would do great with that.
Yeah. This season, it felt like it borrowed a lot of good ideas from other movies more than being its own original thing.
There are a load of Nightmare on Elm Street references.
The Blob,
a load of
Thing.
The Blob, The Thing, Terminator,
Jaws.
I mean, yeah.
The crooked mayor that doesn't
Halloween
care about
2.
that doesn't care about the public and everything. He's just got to do what he's got to do over 4th of July weekend.
Happy 4th of July!
And you got Hopper as the sheriff. The Blob where it connects and it goes through things, and it's just the Thing where Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Mm-hmm. It just felt like it was playing on so much nostalgia. Now this is, I think, the most fun season. It is a lot of fun to watch.
It is.
There's always something going on. I feel like Steve just has gotten better with every season. I feel everybody hated him in season 1.
Well,
he redeemed himself at the end. Season 2, he was fantastic, and this he's even better.
How many children are you friends with?
And when they're high, oh my God, it's gold.
Fantastic. I also like how they handled that relationship.
Best twist I've ever seen done on screen. Best.
The way that they go from she's like, we're not gonna work because of this, and the fact that
if you knew who I really was, you wouldn't like me.
Yeah. Woo! And the fact that they flip that and they just keep joking and keep going, and I really hope that she's a returning character and they keep building on that friendship.
Right, and because I think he was more into her because they were friends.
Yeah.
And she just happened to be a girl. I don't think that he was, like he said before, he wasn't really interested in her, with his eyes. He fell in love with her with his heart. Yeah. And then he completely understood. And he was like, I mean, that sucks, but okay. But that bathroom scene, though, me being a germaphobe, dude is throwing up. He's bleeding. He's crawling on the floor. He tucks himself under the stall. And then he thinks he's going to make out with this chick. I don't care how high and messed up I was. There is no way I'm making out with anybody after I just did that. Either which way. No way. But no, that little flip and twist. is the best I've ever seen played out on video on any TV show, movie, anything. It's fantastic. I turned to my wife and I was like, "Well done, well done." A love story that didn't have to work out, but still tugs at your heartstrings. Still ends up in a friendship. Fantastic.
Yeah,
absolutely
it's not
fantastic.
every day that you get that in film or TV or something. It's either it's a love story that's gonna pan out, or it's a love story that ends in devastation. Whereas this one, it's like, we can do something else. And it's finally.
I like the mirror scene and the carnival scene.
Yes.
I don't. The biggest negative for me is the Terminator guy. Like, it was so on the nose, and it was annoying. Like, when they're at the cash register, it's like do 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 do. Like, if it wasn't so on the nose, I think I would have been okay with it. But the fact that it was like throwing you in the face, and like he gets shot, he throws the bulletproof vest down and keeps coming, then he gets hit and hardly phases him. Like, if they would have just toned him down just a little bit, like, I would have rather they made him a Terminator joke and then killed him early, so he wasn't Terminator or something like that. But to be like full on Terminator, to me, it just kind of took away from the movie or the show.
I was okay with it. I didn't really have a problem with that. Honestly, my only real problem is Hopper's death.
Possible death, because they say the American at the end.
That's not going to be him.
Probably not, but they didn't show it. But they showed the other guys, which I think that's pretty weak. If you don't show Hopper, but you show the other guys, and you never bring back Hopper, I think that's a little weak.
Yeah.
And I don't like the fact that in this show, like 5th, 6th episode in, whatever it was, it felt like there was no real danger. Like, this thing was intense. It was insane. Invasion of the Body Snatchers and like the blob, like we were talking about, the Thing. This thing is coming at you. It's got teeth. It can morph. It can go through the doors. And then it goes through the door in the hospital, and he's right on the blob, whatever, the mind flare is right on top of her. And like, it has that scene from Alien. It's like right in her face, and it doesn't kill her. This thing is so crazy. It ought to be running through people, killing them. Like, I like the Invasion of the Body Snatchers where they're like trying to kill him in the hospital. That was creepy. Jake Busey, who we saw at Crypticon, like, we didn't talk to him, but we saw him. That was cool.
Yeah.
But they should have upped the ante, like, where people could actually die, because once that happened and nothing happened, I was like, okay, now I'm not even worried, and it just took me out of the movie or the show. I appreciate the 80s of the mall, and just everything was just really great. But I want to increase the actual danger. I feel like going into this 4th season, if you can't actually hurt besides, what's his name, getting beat up every 5 minutes.
I feel like they might be afraid to kill or seriously harm one of the main kids.
but this is a legit, you put this as a legit horror movie, like thriller horror. Like, she should have died. Nancy should have died in the hospital. That would have landed a lot. It would have landed hard for Steve, everybody. It would have landed hard for everybody. So yeah, I think you should have taken. And I told my wife that too right after the hospital scene. I was like, look, they won't even take the gloves off. I'm not even worried anymore. Now I'm just watching to watch. I like the underground layer, even though I thought that was really ridiculous how far it went down, and then like how far the corridors were. Like, how did you build this thing?
I laughed so much at that.
I know that's referencing like I think it was Bond movies, and there's some other stuff that I think it was referencing, but it was a little ridiculous. I think they should have toned that down a little bit. I love Erica. You can't say America without Erica. That was fantastic. Yeah. Operation Child Endangerment.
When they got in that little cart to go down the hallway, I was totally thinking of Austin Powers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Steve finally won a fight, though. That's cool.
Finally.
Yeah, all in all, I think it was a good season. It was enjoyable. They didn't do much with the Upside Down, and it felt like they were really riding on some other movies rather than doing their own thing. I don't know how you put that many Easter eggs, that much thought in there. Carrie Elways was great. Kind of looked a little funky though with his mouth and stuff like that. We just saw him at Comic-Con when you were at. We saw him there at that one, and he looked a little off, like he had some work done. But this one, like, they must have done a lot of makeup. Yeah. What would you rate it?
That's really hard. It's really difficult to rate a season of a show for me. I don't know. I'm probably gonna go a 7. Like, it's good, but it needed improvement. I would say all in all, my favorite Stranger Things season has been the first season.
Yeah.
I do think that they brought a lot with the effects. I'm really sad that they destroyed a 78 to 81 Z28 Camaro. That hurts my soul a lot. But 7.
Yeah, I think I'll go 7.5. Like I said, it was really enjoyable. I like the play on the 80s. It just felt like they couldn't take the gloves off, and season 1's still the best. Season 2 is dark and kind of a filler. It wasn't quite as good, I think. And I mean, there's a lot more we can talk about. Like Billy is a fantastic villain. He really did a great job, and I like that his little sacrifice at the end.
I really honestly wish I could have gotten one more season with him, and honestly, I feel like it's kind of a problem that they kill Hopper, because Hopper's still kind of a safe character to kill. Like, we'll all be sad about it, but not as sad as if you, like, kill one of the kids.
Well, and is he the best actor, though? I mean, other than Dustin, isn't he the best actor? I mean, best character?
In my opinion, yes.
But I love Lucas, I like them all for their own reasons, but I think Hopper's the best, especially in this one where he was just losing his mind. Oh, yeah. What we need to talk about when you talk about Smirnoff, Alexei. There's a character that out of nowhere was like weird, and then he was playing with him, and he was funny, and then you really liked the character, and then boom, terminated.
Yeah.
Like, dang, I don't know. I've seen a lot of memes on Facebook where, anyway, I thought that was fun. So, overall, in the conspiracy theory guy, he was fun. I'm glad they brought him back.
Yes.
But, I mean, 7.5 for me. I mean, it's still better than the second season just because the enjoyment's really high. But I feel like the quality is just a little bit low because they're not doing quite their own thing anymore.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, as always, stick with us. We got more things coming your way. Make sure and like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you can get some more R&R. Till next time, JK out.
Can we get a Dr. Loomis character in Stranger Things? I shot L 6 times.